All right, folks, the IPL auction sort of happened this week. Didn't really talk about that. But I heard a rumor that somebody in the Congress was saying they want an IPL political version, the Indian Parliament League. You know, where you can go and buy leaders from other parties to help run your party. Oh, that's already happening. Sorry, it's called the week that wasn't. We'll start with this. Disha Ravi was arrested for sharing a protest toolkit. So just to be clear, if you're a group that's going on a strike, to support you is illegal. That's the first commandment in any democracy. Thou shalt not strike. Second commandment, thou shalt not support the strike. Third commandment, thou shalt not hand out toolkits to members of the strike.
Thou shalt not mention the strike.
Main commandment. Okay, so what can we talk about? Pharmaceuticals. COVID vaccine available. Pharmaceuticals. COVID vaccine. Oh, speaking of the vaccine, now all healthcare providers are eligible for the jab. Let's think about that for a second. Healthcare. That's a broad spectrum. I mean, there's lifeguard, mass supplier, gym teacher, good friend, Tinder. They're all helping you with your health. You can say that, right? Okay. Coming back to Disha Ravi.
Again?
Ravi Shastri, Ravi Jadeja, Ravi Ashwin, all were involved in the auction. Not Disha Ravi. Dishi Ravi Shastri.
Better, better.
Ravi Shastri must be proud of the way the boys rebounded. England got the hammering in the second test that they sort of deserved at Chepauk. So fast and furious was the Indian dominance that the game has been recalled as the Chennai Express. Ashwin was the Chennai Express, and as part of a secretive deal between BCCI and ECB, England players were made to do the lungi dance. Cultural exchange. Coming back to Disha. Disha Patni, the actress, was seen shopping in Malad. Take a look at this picture. That's Disha Patni. All right, listen to me before you jump at my throat, yaar. Lots more coming up, but first, the headlines. Almost a month of vaccinations. We investigate the sedition law. And Donald Trump wins again. Yeah, before we go to our top story, and what a story it is, folks, I want to quickly mention Valentine's Day, not the same for me. Didn't spend it with my wife or anybody else's wife. Spent it with Kunal Vijayakar. Happy Valentine's Day to me. Our top story, folks. It's vaccine time all across the country, especially in Mumbai where I live. We're going to take a quick look at what's been happening, how people are reacting, whether things are going hunky-dory or not. There's some criticism, but there's also some people who feel, look, it's a step in the right direction to just keep going and be positive. So let's see people being positive. Here's a clinic and let's see what's going on right now.
Yes, I am ready for the vacation.
Vacation nahi hai, vaccination hai, vaccination.
Okay.
Now roll up your sleeve. This side, यहाँ का ऊपर करो ना.
Okay.
Ready?
This is 88% SSC, na?
SSC नहीं, efficacy, 88% efficacy.
Other than 12%?
12% ना? I'll show you. Ram.
I don't know how to react to that. In light of all the court cases that are leveled on people, I'm going to stay quiet and say it was a positive piece of news. Because in India, when you take faith and science and put it together, you have airlines. Okay, Delhi court. Speaking of courts, Delhi court this week said that the law of sedition cannot be invoked to quieten the disquiet under the pretense of muzzling miscreants. The kind of English that you use in Delhi to confuse people. As we all know, several governments in the past and present have used this law against expressions of emotions uttered in disagreement with government policies. Let's go straight to a legal luminary, or luminary would be the better way to pronounce it, Sully Nariman, to find out the final details of the law. Before he talks, I want to just say I'm a huge fan of Fali Nariman. I may even be distantly related to him, God forbid for him. But this man has nothing to do with that wonderful family name. All right, Mr. Sully Nariman.
It's not just Sully Nariman, it's Sully Nariman from Messrs. Nariman and Nariman, Mullah and Mullah, Karanjawala, Matli Boy, Surabji, Hormusji, Shraf, Craigie, Blunt and Caro.
All Parsis. Don't want to brag. All Parsis. I mean that Caro and Craig and all Parsis only. Parsis. Okay, Mr. Nariman, shall we get to the point?
Let me assure you, dear fellow, that when Sully Nariman gets to the point, it is called Nariman Point.
Yeah, and when Sully and I have a conversation about nothing particular, it's called Sully Boti. Okay, I want to discuss the application of the law of sedition.
You see, Section 124A, Sedition. Whoever by words either spoken or written, or by signs, or by visible representation or otherwise, brings or attempts to bring into hatred or contempt, or excites or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government established by law in India, shall be punished with imprisonment for life, etc., etc., etc.
I mean, we're not even paying you. That was just so much. But can you just explain it in simpler words for people, not me, I'm an LLB myself, but there are others.
Yes, I can, and that is why I am the great Sully Nariman from Messrs. Nariman and Nariman Mullah and Mullah Karanja.
Yeah. We got that. We'll play that again for you later. Moving on.
As I was perusing this law, namely Indian Penal Code Section 124A, sedition is now less a law and has become more a qualification.
Oh, that's interesting. How do you mean that?
Meaning sedition can be applied to you only if you are highly educated.
Oops, gotta be careful. 1 year LLB. Please explain.
It's like first you get a BA, then you get an MA, and then you get a 124A.
Sorry?
Meaning, nowadays, if you are an intellectual activist, filmmaker, university teacher, student, or a journalist, you can easily qualify for sedition.
Come on, be serious. What about comedian nobody watches?
In my humble opinion, Section 124A is a relic of colonial legacy and unsuited in a democracy.
I agree, so we should get rid of it then?
Yes, we should, and we should replace it with another effective tool.
Oh, I see. Like what?
Some tool that will help reduce attempts to excite or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government. In short, something that will quieten down and silence people.
Okay, but specifically, what would that be? Could you give us something?
Like a sleeping pill.
Yeah, that's our sponsor. Go on.
As I always say, sedation is better than sedition.
Sedition is better than sedition. Parsi lawyer, ladies and gentlemen. The best that there is. Yes.
Thank you. That is my opinion. I will send you the bill tomorrow.
Couldn't pick that up. Sorry, there's a problem with static Wi-Fi dropping. In fact, this part of the program probably ran out for everyone. I apologize. But we'll get back to this. Let's take a look. I want a more clear picture of what's happening. I want to present a very positive sort of feedback when it comes to clinics and vaccinations and the role that the state is playing as well as the people. So let's go to that. This is a positive story. Let's look.
Next.
Hello, doctor.
Huh.
I'm ready for my shot.
Are you a healthcare worker?
No, I'm a businessman.
Then you are not eligible.
But I have proper accreditation.
What accreditation?
Here, I'm a card-carrying member of the BJP. Please give me my shot.
Sorry, in Maharashtra, you need to have either Shiv Sena or the NCP. This won't work.
So, what to do now?
Try Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh or Karnataka. शाम का ट्रेन है.
How can he say that? On one hand, you want to give vaccination. On the other hand, you're saying Sham ka train. You encourage them to go into trains. No. Think and talk. If you're a health professional, whatever the hell it is, please think and talk. Here's a man who thinks and talks. The Tripura Chief Minister, who's also known as foot and mouth disease expert, Biplab Kumar Dev. Please no sedition. I didn't say this. This is what somebody obviously I didn't say. He sparked a fresh controversy this week when he announced that the BJP was planning to extend, hear this, the party footprint in India's neighboring countries and was going to try to form governments in, can I say it? Sri Lanka and Nepal. It's not an act of war. It's an act of expansion. Let's go straight to Delhi, and joining us from there is alleged spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party to get a clarification about all this, because there must be some method in this, maybe madness.
Namaste.
So is it true that the BJP is planning on fighting elections in Sri Lanka and Nepal?
बिल्कुल नहीं. ये आपको किसने कहा?
I don't want to take the esteemed Chief Minister's name, but there was a rumor.
कुछ भी बकवास करते हैं आप लोग, ये सब फेक न्यूज है।
Fake news.
कोई फेंकता है और आप लोग उठा लेते हो न्यूज।
So we picked up the fake news to translate it correctly. There's no truth then. Just to clarify, there's no truth in the news that the BJP is trying to grow outside the country.
What is wrong in trying to grow? वैसे तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी अभी 12 राज्यों में रूल कर रही है और 5 राज्यों में गठबंधन में है। We have the space to grow.
Oh, you have, I'm sure.
और कुछ स्टेट्स बाकी है, वो भी हो जाएंगे।
No, I don't want to be a critic, but it may not be that easy to win these other states. I mean, I'm talking Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Bengal, Maharashtra.
ये बिल्कुल सच है। इफ यू गो टू सी, बीजेपी सपोर्टर्स पंजाब से ज्यादा कनाडा में है, न्यू अलीपुर से ज्यादा न्यू जर्सी में है, अन्ना नगर से ज्यादा अन्नापोलिस में है और माइलापुर से ज्यादा सिंगापुर में है।
Literally, I mean, if you were a travel agent, sir, that was just 4 cities and 4 shots and the parallels across the west. Wow. I see. Go on, go on.
इसीलिए बीजेपी की ग्रोथ की प्लानिंग हो रही है।
Okay, now I'm going to put this in simple terms. If Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Bengal, Maharashtra is very tough for you, where will the BJP grow?
वी आर थिंकिंग हम वहां जाएंगे जहां बीजेपी के सबसे ज्यादा सपोर्टर्स हैं।
Where? Sri Lanka and Nepal.
नो, फेसबुक और ट्विटर पे।
That's, I agree. Facebook and Twitter, of course, are not states, so.
फेसबुक और ट्विटर स्टेट्स नहीं है तो क्या हो गया? उनके मेंबरों को तो हम ही चला रहे हैं।
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about the real states. So what is your strategy going back to these older states that we mentioned, Bengal and Tamil Nadu, for example? What would you do there?
देखिए, स्ट्रैटेजी सीक्रेट है।
No, you said everything, yaar. Come on. What is there to hide now? Everything's out in the open.
अच्छा, ठीक है, it is true. Strategy is that BJP is planning to extend its footprint in Sri Lanka and Nepal.
See, I was right. My research was correct, which was what the Chief Minister said.
अभी किसी को बताना नहीं, सीक्रेट है।
Right, so I guess luckily nobody really watches, so you're okay. But how does extending your footprint in Sri Lanka and Nepal help?
देखिए, ऐसा है, बंगाल और तमिलनाडु इलेक्शंस काफी मुश्किल इलेक्शंस है, इसलिए अगर वी एक्सटेंड आवर फुटप्रिंट इनटू श्रीलंका एंड नेपाल, the Nepalese can vote in Bengal and the Sri Lankans to vote in Tamil Nadu.
Dangerous ramifications, these kind of statements. What?
वैसे तुम कहाँ से हो, नेपाल या श्रीलंका?
Iran?
ये वो हमारे जुरिस्डिक्शन में नहीं है।
Okay, but why not Iran? I mean, why stop at Sri Lanka? I mean, Nepal, the borders, just go. Cross a mountain or two. We'll cross a mountain or two when we come back, but in the meantime, we'll take a break. I feel a little rejected here. Welcome back. After the break, the Baikala Zoo. This is not the Baikala Zoo. This is a zoo, but we are more Lower Parel. One day we hope to go to Upper Parel, right? Now Lower Parel, not Baikala, but zoo, yes. The Baikala Zoo reopened in Mumbai after a year. Here's the suggestion. Since it's not doing so well, why not flip it? Let's keep the humans in the cages and let the animals move around freely. That's what I'd like to go to. This Valentine's Day, Mumbai sent Arnab Ghosh.
Last chance.
Pal Arnab Gopal a card. Not anybody famous, just a guy with 2 first names, Arnab Gopal. Just that guy. It's not even a joke. I just give you a message. Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day 1 week later. Meanwhile, if you want to join a protest, join the one in Myanmar, folks. The military junta, it's pronounced junta, has announced 20 years in jail. 20 years in jail for protesting against the army. 20 years. So India, not looking so bad now, no? Look, what do you get?
Shabash, shabash, good bowling, much better, beta, good bowling.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. All right, let's go back to the vaccination center. And this time, we'll get a moment which will make you proud to be Indian. Let's take a look.
Ah, young man, are you ready for the jab?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Relax your mind. It's all very easy. Just roll up your sleeve.
Okay, I'm ready, doctor. I'm ready. Sleeve is also rolled up. You can go ahead.
Rolled up. I've forgotten my specs at home.
So what does that mean? You can't give me the injection?
No. We'll figure out something. One second. I've got it.
No, 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 no,
I've
no,
got
no,
the
no,
syringe.
no, 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 no.
This will work.
No, 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 no.
This has to work.
I'm not comfortable with this, doctor. I
No,
cannot.
no, dosage is 5 times more. The more the size, the better it is.
No, please. But
Bigger better.
I'll take COVID. I prefer COVID.
Bigger the better. अरे किधर गए?
We tried to bring the nation closer with this entire situation of moments inside a COVID center, vaccination center rather, and sadly we weren't able to achieve that, but we did get to one thing: size does matter. Well, having been acquitted in his second Senate impeachment trial, news is that Donald Trump is expected to re-emerge from a self-imposed hibernation at his club in Palm Beach, Florida, and is working on a comeback. So let's go straight to Mar-a-Lago, and joining us from there, perhaps, maybe, could be this guy.
It's huge. It's huge. This acquittal is huge. I'm gonna be president again.
I'm not sure it works that way.
I want to thank all the beautiful people who voted for me, all the people who supported me, all the white people with no college degrees, all the white people wearing animal skins, all the white people carrying assault weapons. Thank you, thank you.
It's almost like racism coming from you, so it's really. But the vote was in the Senate and the House, so you make no sense.
So were the white people with animal skins, and the white people with assault weapons, and the white people.
Okay, all right. Just stop saying white people all the time. It's just strange. Go on.
It's a huge victory. It's a tremendous victory. Probably the best victory after Abraham Lincoln. Frankly, the greatest victory in American history after Meryl Streep won the Oscar.
Which Oscar? You should specify, but let's talk about your impeachment.
I won, Biden lost. I won, Pelosi lost. I won, Schumer lost. I won. What was I saying?
So what? India won, England lost.
lost.
Let's have an adult conversation. Now, you were saying you won. Just tell me more about that.
I'll have to check, but I believe I may be right. We're going to take the house back again. It's going to be marvelous. It's going to be beautiful. And we are taking the house back again.
No, I don't think you understand. That's not till midterm elections in 2022.
You have not understood what I'm talking about. Let the Republicans try to take control of the House and the Senate in the 2020 midterm elections. We are taking the House back now.
Which house?
The White House. It's huge. It's huge. 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, 424 doors, 147 windows, 28 fireplaces, 8 staircases, 3 elevators. It's huge.
132 bedrooms and 35 bathrooms. Does that mean you have to share toilets? It's typical Indian mohala as far as I'm concerned. Let's talk about the GOP. Let's talk about the Republicans who voted against you.
I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together to achieve American greatness for all our people.
Really? I mean, what can I say, really?
Except for those who voted against me, they're all fake and they will be punished. I will punish them personally. They will suffer.
How can they be fake if they voted against you? I mean, what are you planning to do anyway?
I have compiled a video of the greatest speeches of Donald Trump. They will have to listen to them 24 hours a day.
How will that help?
If my one speech helped get all the mad, deranged, depraved degenerates to come together in the Capitol, I'm sure these Republicans can come together in the Senate as well. It will be huge, huge, huge.
Yeah, and what if the Republicans don't support you? Then what are you going to do?
Then I will start my own party.
Your own party?
My own party. It will be a huge party, a marvelous party, a tremendous party. Everyone will come. There will be Miss Americas, my friends from The Apprentice, lots of cocktails and starters and desserts.
You want to talk about that kind of party, really?
It will be huge. And above all, my family, who are my biggest support, will be there.
Your family.
Yes, Melania, Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric, Jared, Vladimir, Peanut, and the whole clan, my whole family. It'll be great. It'll be marvelous. It'll be tremendous. It will be huge.
So there's no joke here. You made me sit through this entire monologue of yours and nothing came out of it. It's almost like the presidency. It just went on for 4 years with no end in sight. Hello, this is Cyrus Broacha reporting for Cyrus Broacha on the week that wasn't. I was just outside the auction, the IPL auction. Horrible news for lots of people. Good news for Glenn Maxwell, 14 plus crores, 16 plus crores for Chris Morris. I don't know why, because he's not made a run or taken a wicket in a long time, but hey, he's a great player. And then, of course, bad news for Stephen Smith, one of the best players of his generation. It's like Virat Kohli going for 2.2 crores. It just makes no sense. But there's an even worse tragedy, and I want to address it. People, some of the great names of our sport, of cricket, have been disrespected, and I want the IPL stopped because of this. I speak of 4 names in particular who haven't got unsold in 2021. I speak of Kunal Vijayekar, left arm really slow, unorthodox from Shivaji Park. He really crosses from there to even Prabhadevi. Long walk for him. Unsold. Gopal Dutt Tiwari, right arm fastish with a bent elbow. Unsold. Mohit Mahale, leg break which hasn't turned in the last 16 years. Unsold. And above all, Cyrus Broacha, right arm batsman molded like Vivian Richards, still to make a run. Unsold. I'm sorry. This has not been a great IPL auction. All right. Sorry, folks, but we do have a very interesting moment now. We're going to meet Dr. Raghavan, the vaccine expert, because this is an issue with me. I think people need to know more. You have to understand the vaccine is not a horror. It's actually there to help you. So we're going to play a game called 3 Questions with the Expert, Dr. Raghavan, to educate us and refresh us on the vaccine. Dr. Raghavan, please.
I will answer that. Yes, Dr. Raghavan here. 1 question over.
No, that's not fair. No. Questions are supposed to be about your area of expertise, na?
I will also answer that. No, not necessarily. 2nd question over.
No, listen, no, that's cheating. Look, okay, I can't, let me think. Okay, I'll just get into it, all right? Since 2 are gone, I got 1 to go. Doctor, is this vaccine a long-lasting one?
3rd question, I'll answer it. Yes, it is long-lasting for sure.
Thank you, doctor.
Let me be clear. By long-lasting, I mean that the soreness in the shoulder will last for long. By the way, no idea about the vaccine effect. I have no idea.
Great! You answered 4 questions. We caught you. Trying to be a smart aleck with us on our show. 4 questions are answered. 2 were rubbish, 2 were good. Thank you, Dr. Raghavan. See you later. Bye-bye. That's all we have time for. That's right. All your questions on the vaccines will be answered in the forthcoming weeks with people who have survived them. We'll see you soon.
I'll do it again.
I am fired or how?
Gun? No gun.
Matus bol jara.
Check.
No, I can't say vaccine.
BJP is planning to extend its footprint.
I will do this line again, 1 more.
Director has walked off and my cameraman has walked off.